Greetings everyone, Slizzle466 here, and in today's video we're looking at some of the best wild decks to climb with post, priest, and druid nerfs. So Gibberling got nerfed up to 2 mana, pretty much killing off aggro and token druid in wild. Apotheosis got nerfed to be +1/+2 instead of +2/+3. This card really didn't see play in wild, but it was a problem with Blade Master Samaru in standard, so that's why this card got the nerf. And then we have Renew being increased to 2 mana. I find this card incredibly irritating. It was run in some Reno priest lists, it was run in some big priest lists, and having it bumped up to 2, in my opinion, pretty much kills the card. Now, I only have 11 decks to share here in this video, but keep in mind, the nerfs, as of the recording of this video, haven't even been live for 12 hours, but we've got some decks to try out, beginning with Odd Demon Hunter. This is a list by Mikkel. Do be aware that when I was reading through Mikkel's tweet, they don't own Leroy Jenkins, so that's one thing to keep in mind when you look at this list. But outside of that, it's your typical run a ridiculous number of 1-drops, smack your opponent in the face a lot, you either win really fast or you die really fast. But otherwise, if you want to play Demon Hunter, this would probably be your best bet in doing so. There are no druid lists in this video because of the Gibberling nerf, so there's no aggro, there's no token druid list. While I personally really enjoy playing Togwaggle Druid, I don't think it's considered a best deck. So if you want to play some meme druid decks, you can play around on Hearthstone-decks.net. I'll look around on Twitter to find some lists. I also don't have any hunter lists, and to quote Sluzzle699, Hunter sucks. Moving on to Mage. We have Secret Mage by a player called Maxah. It's Secret Mage. There's nothing particularly special about this list. It's a really good list. It's one of the best decks in the meta. If you want to win a lot, play Secret Mage. We've also got Reno Luna's Pocket Galaxy Mage by Bankrupt. Bankrupt actually posted a very detailed Reddit thread about how to play this list. This particular list, it's definitely a lot of fun. I'll start off with saying that. It's also really heavy on the high end. I typically like to play a little bit of a lower end with my LPG decks, but if you want to go a little greedier, this is a fun way to do it. It's running the triple Alexstrasza. It's got a Caligos in here. It's got the Pilgrim. There's a Primordial Protector, which I find is kind of an interesting one, considering I guess it's a good way to get your Luna's Pocket Galaxy because this draws your highest spell. The Mutinous is an interesting tech to have in there. I love the Dragoncaster because Dragoncaster can play your Luna's Pocket Galaxy a turn early. It can also play one of your 10 mana Kazakus potions for free if you choose to choose one of those potions. But otherwise, if you want to play some Dragon Luna's Pocket Galaxy Arena Mage, this would be the best way to do so. Moving over to Paladin, you can't have a best deck video without a Bodybuilder Handbuff Paladin list. Bodybuilder is constantly improving on this archetype on a day-to-day basis. This is the current build based on the meta that he was seeing. I believe he was queuing into a ridiculous amount of Dark Glare Warlock at the time, so that's why you see the Lord Barov in here. But otherwise, if you want to play Handbuff Paladin, this is the way to do so. Another list by Maxah looking at Odd Paladin. Again, kind of a similar message I have with Secret Mage. It's Odd Paladin. It's a really good deck. There's nothing fancy about it. It just gives you wins. And if you like winning, play Odd Paladin. Now, there are no priest decks in this video. The reason for that is all of the Reno priest lists that I looked at had Renew in them. And I'll be honest, Big Priest, while people find it really annoying and you see it at the kind of the lower to diamond ranks, it's really not that good. It loses to Mage hard and many other aggro decks, so I'm going to keep Big Priest out of this video, at least for this time. Looking at Rogue, we have Kingsbane Rogue. Now, I personally really like this list. I don't like the list that runs Zeph. Most of the time, for me at least, I found Zeph was a dead card. I like the double Wicked Stab in the late game. Having 2 fireballs for 2 mana is pretty incredible. So double Wicked Stab, double Eviscerate. Incredibly aggressive list. Really strong, and I particularly am a big fan of this specific build. Odd Rogue, I wouldn't say Odd Rogue is as good as Kingsbane in my opinion, but I personally just really enjoy playing Odd Rogue. This is an updated list from Lovely as God, and I'm really happy that they removed the Diamol from their previous list, because I had no idea why that was in there. I still can't figure it out to this day. But this is a pretty optimized list. It's not the most fun list, so it's got one thief. It's a bit of fun. So it's got the one thieves in there, so for a bit of fun RNG. But otherwise, it's basically a more minion-based kind of Kingsbane style of Rogue, because you do have all the weapon buffs and the cutting class, things like that. But definitely very powerful deck. Great way to climb the ladder. Looking at Shaman, we start with Corbet's Murloc Shaman. This list I took to Legend on the Asia server, kind of early-ish in the month. It's a really solid list. Just be aware, though, that it loses horribly to Mage. It loses horribly to Priest, but I feel like right now the Priest players are kind of scared off a little bit, so maybe this will perform a little better than it usually does. But otherwise, really strong list. Also pretty fun when you get to go off with the Underbelly Anglers. The other Shaman list I want to feature is Cream Puff's Reno Shaman. So this is a Reno Shadowwalk Shaman. This is an archetype that Cream Puff specializes in. He recently hit Legend with this list. I don't want to go into a ton of detail about it, because I would go on for like 5 minutes. But all I can say is, it's a more traditional build of Reno Shadowwalk Shaman. You've got your Grumble in here. You got the Porkelt, which I've never been a huge fan of myself, but if Cream Puff's running Porkelt, I'll give it a whirl and come up with my own opinion. But otherwise, it's just a solid list, well tested, and if you want to play this style of deck, this is the way to do so. Looking at Warlock, shock horror, I've only got one Warlock list. The reason for that is I feel like Dark Glare just outclasses Discard Lock and Cute Lock, so why play inferior versions when you can just play Dark Glare? There's also no Reno Lock list in this video. The reason for that is all of the Reno lists that I was looking at, had the Grizzled Wizard Finley combo to combat Reno Priest. But I feel like Reno Priest is going to be in the meta a lot less. And also, when there is a new meta, Reno Lock is such a tech-heavy archetype that it's kind of hard to say, here's a great day one Reno Lock list. So there's no Reno Lock in this video, but there's Dark Glare. This is a list by Gift Me Kill. He specializes in this archetype, reached #1 Legend with this list. It's incredibly highly optimized, and it's not the easiest deck to play. But if you want to sit down and learn the deck seriously, you will climb so many ranks, it is not even funny. This is hands down the best deck in the wild meta. And last but not least, we have Warrior. I've got one list to share. Pirate Warrior by Blue Train. Really great deck. There's not much to say about it. It's Pirate Warrior. It's really good. If you don't own Sky Captain Crag, you can throw in a Leroy Jenkins, but I'll be honest with you, the Sky Captain Crag is way better. Because Pirate Warrior has become a very flood-heavy deck, instead of relying on the weapons so much, like the old archetypes, this Crag is typically very, very cheap. So if you want to smack people in the face with Warrior, this would be the way to do so. Again, there are some warrior archetypes that I'm omitting here, such as Dead Man's Hand and Odd Warrior, because they really are fringe decks run by specialists in the format or to counter specific local metas. So sorry, warrior enthusiasts, but we only got a pirate warrior in this video. I want to thank you for taking the time to watching all the way to the end of this video. If you want to try out any of these decks, you'll find the deck codes in the description below. If you are a mobile user and it's difficult for you to copy those deck codes, there is an easy to enter link to my Discord. You can go into my Discord, visit the deck lists only channel. You'll find all the deck codes in there. That will be easier to copy paste for you. If you want to help support this channel, you can click the subscribe button. We're very close to 5,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely insane. You can also click the notification bell to know instantly when a video goes live. And until next time, hope to see you again.